Alright, we should be live and this should be working. Hopefully this works. Alright, we should be live and this should be working. Hopefully this works. Let's wait for some people to join here before we get into the stream. Alright, we should be good right now. Alright, we'll start. Alright, so this is my first live stream with an actually working microphone. It's a really cheap microphone, so don't mind if the audio quality is really bad. I recently picked up the Virtualcol Saab V2. This is their second version of their Saab series. The first one was really bad, but they redid it, and I have to say, for the price, it's really good. You get the Saab 340 and the Saab 2000. You've got about, I want to say 20 total liveries, which is really good for what you get. The cockpit looks good for, I think, $10 is what you're paying, and it's, you know, $10, you can't beat it. The exterior is not the best, it's a bit more freeware quality, but they did do better than the last time. We'll zoom in here. There is some detail, which is nice. You can see some of the bolts and everything. But the overall texture of it looks good. So that's good. Moving back to the cockpit, I'll zoom in on some things, and you can see it's not perfect, but it's really good for the price. See the throttle coordinate? Looks really good. Got the gust lock. Autopilot. Autopilot looks good. Moving over here, you have your sound select and circuit breakers. The Yoke is the one thing that I really don't like, but it's kind of expected with Virtualcol. The overhead panel is really nice. It's not perfect. You can kind of see here where there isn't much of an indent, but the overhead generally looks good. These lights up here though are pretty bad. You can see the textures aren't that great. The sound is the same sound with every Virtualcol Turboprop. Same on the Dash 8, same on the ATR, everything. The seats are really bad. The cockpit seats, they're freeware quality. They're not great. Autopilot sound, just the same old thing. So, I have an our flight plan today. Oh, that's the overhead. That's actually a really good overhead panel. I have in our flight plan, we're gonna fly to Buffalo. Just a real quick flight from Rochester to Buffalo. Should be a nice little flight. Alright, so let's release the brakes. Release the gust lock. Set the flaps. Set our lights. Lights look good. Alright, let's give it some throttle.
V1, rotate, V2.
And positive rate, gear up. Here's the exterior view. It does look pretty good, to be honest with you. Alright, let's begin our turn to Buffalo. Let's bring the flaps up. The one thing is, the steam gauge versus the artificial horizon, they are completely different. On my main artificial horizon, it's saying that I'm 10 degrees up, but on my steam gauge, it's saying that I'm 0 degrees, so that's one thing I would like to see them fix. I bet they will. Another exterior view. The flight dynamics of this thing aren't the best. You do have to be careful with your controls. You can't over control, because if I just pitch all the way down, I just dive like that. So you do have to be gentle with your controls. Just check our GPS. See, so if I need to level off like that, things do get shaky. Turning isn't that bad, but it's your pitch that's really not all that great. So even just with a little movement, you know, you can really move the aircraft. It also does have the tendency to pitch up, even when you're at lower prop RPM. So we're going to set the autopilot. Let's try to do 7.5. Altitude's on, and then autopilot is on. So we're just in the clouds now, and then we're going to be flying visual over Buffalo. Let's turn the autopilot off for a second. Here should be a good heading. So let's engage the autopilot back on. Altitude and heading hold. Right here. Alright. And now we're going to be in cruise, so I doubt I ever turn that seatbelt sign on. Yep, it's been off all the time. Pretend I just turned it off and had it on all the time. So now we're in cruise. This isn't the first time I've flown in cruise. I've flown this plane about 5 times. And once you get used to it, it flies really nice. But that's the thing, you do have to get used to it. Most other Virtualcol products, you can just jump right into it, but not with this one. So let's just, I'll go into the flight deck view here. That's the entire flight deck. Navigation, avionics, overhead. Let's do co-pilot seat. It does have working wipers, which is something I personally really like. So there is no speed on the wipers, but it does show rain and snow as well, which is a big improvement with them. Let's give you a look around. Now, Coronado, I think that's how you pronounce it, recently came out with their Saab 340, not the 2000, just the 340. And it is a lot better than this. Graphic-wise, you know, it's Coronado. It looks real. It looks study level. However, it's about $45 US dollars, I think, and it definitely takes a toll on your frame rate. So if you don't have a good quality PC, I would definitely go with this one. I do, but this one just performs a lot better. The Coronado is a lot more, you know, it's more professional. That's if you want to simulate everything from startup to shut down, everything by the book, and stuff like that. Or this one, it's more of just of a, you know, jump in it, go flying kind of sim. So if you want everything simulated and looking exactly how they do, and whatever, and you don't mind having a really bad frame rate, go with the Coronado. But if you don't want to pay as much for something, you just need something just to fly around, I would definitely go with this. So I'm going to go to our map, just to see where we are. Alright, we're about halfway there. And everything looks good. So there is a few things that they did recycle from older products. It does have that standard steam gauge. This right here, your artificial horizon, I think that's new. I don't know, but I believe it is. This is all most likely default stuff. You have the default GPS, but they did manage to stick it out a bit, so that was good. Custom gear lever. And again, you know, some things do look pretty plain, but I think you can get it at fspilotshop.com for, I think, like $12. I've seen them on sale for $8, and if you do have the earlier model, I think it's even cheaper. So I would definitely go for it. It's just a really great airplane if you're doing these short little hops, things under an hour. Island hopping would be good in this. Just really little stuff. And you can pretty much, with all the liveries Virtualcol gives you, you could fly almost anywhere in the world. So it's really, you know, for what you get, it's really good. And this is only the Saab 340. There is the Saab 2000, which is the stretch variant of this, and it's an all-glass cockpit. So you get 2 airplanes, about 20 liveries, give or take some, for under $20, which nowadays FSX payware is beyond the roof expensive. Even for low quality ones, they're like $40 now, which is crazy. But this is definitely a great airplane to fly. I couldn't recommend it enough for the price. I do own another Virtualcol product. It's the Dash 8 series. I didn't buy it for the Q400. I bought it for the 1, 2, and 300 because no one else has that. So that's a great one too for what you get. You get, I think, 140 liveries, which is outrageous in a good way. But again, this is really good. So you see Buffalo's right up here, so I'm going to begin the descent. Let's bring it down to 5,000. No. Actually, let's disengage the autopilot. Throttle back. And I'll just fly
Don't sink.
from now on.
Don't sink.
Now, this don't sink is going to be
sink.
coming on a lot.
Don't sink.
It is a bug, I believe. I don't know.
Don't sink.
But this is an
Don't
early
sink.
product.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
Alright,
Don't sink.
we do have some
Don't
turbulence
sink.
flying into.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
I'm going to try to line us up with the runway.
Don't
see if we
sink.
can see the airport out here. Once we get down to
Don't sink.
4,000, I'll give us a degree of flaps.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Alright, flaps
Don't
on.
sink.
Okay, begin the turn right now.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Alright, this is the airport right here. Stoop gear down.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Flaps will hopefully that annoying
Don't sink.
will go away, but I doubt it will.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
There we go. Now, I'm not going to be using the tower, because I don't have to deal with all that right now. So, don't spam me saying that I didn't use air traffic control. Now again, when you're on approach, controls are really sensitive. So you can't make any sudden movements like that, because you will jerk this airplane all over the place. So, I haven't flown this in heavy winds yet, so I don't know what this will be like in a storm or a crosswind, but I can only imagine how tough that would be.
400.
We're a bit low, but I don't really care, so hopefully we should be good.
300.
Minimums.
200.
One last look outside before we
100.
That's hardly a wing. There are many passenger views too.
50. 40. 30.
This is a really bad landing.
20. 10.
And touch. Okay, where's the rest? Not at all on the center line, but disengage reverse thrust, let's brake, and then turn off here. Flaps up. Stop here. Turn off landing lights. Let's just check, make sure. And I never turn the seatbelt sign back on. Landing light off. Right now we only have taxiing beacon on. Alright. Brake disengage. Let's put the gas lock on. Let's try to park next to that A320. Actually, I'll park in between them. That'll be interesting. I'm not at all on the taxi line, but... Alright, we'll turn into here. Turn off the taxi light. And stop there. Alright, parking brake is on. And we're gonna cut the engines. Number 1 cut off. And number 2 cut off. Alright. Now, the good thing with Virtualcol is that you do have ground service. Kind of like that. So you do the baggage door. Let's open the main door. And out pops a flight attendant. Baggage service, ground power unit, and chocks and cones. So they don't really do anything, just kind of stand there with a suitcase. He's taxiing out. Alright. Let's go up to the overhead. You have the option of doing it from here or a panel that actually looks pretty decent. So now I'm going to move the microphone closer so you guys can actually hear me. Alright. I do not know this overhead panel, so forgive me if I do stuff really wrong here. Battery off. Generator off. Seatbelt finally off. No smoking was never on. That was convenient. Let's see here. Avionics are off. Oops. Alright, turn all that stuff off. You've got an external panel, that's why you're hearing that stuff. I think that's it. I don't want to have to dive into this for a few hours. But I'll just go back up into my overhead. Yeah, so I probably did like all of this stuff wrong. But alright, well, that's gonna be about it. Alright, this was my first ever review with an actual microphone. My first actual live microphone. Of that, filming of me flying, having my camera people do it for me, but until then, I will see you guys again. I might stream again tomorrow. Who knows? You never know. And there we go. Yeah, next now. But until next time, it's been a great time streaming with you guys, and I will see you again later.